Hello, everybody. I just wanted to make a quick announcement before we start. We're actually waiting for the programs to come, and so just another minute or two, and we'll be ready to start here for you. Good afternoon, everybody. Can everybody hear me okay? That's great. Welcome to Mary Queen of Peace Parish. Welcome to St. Mary of the Mount Church. We're so happy you can join us this afternoon. We have a really lovely concert for you this afternoon. It's a group called Brass from the Bluff. They're associated with Duquesne University, and it's Music on the Mount for you. So I'm going to turn over the microphone to them, but they're going to play many Christmas-themed pieces for you. All right. So without further ado, Brass from the Bluff.
Thank you, and thank you for your patience. We do have the programs, and as you'll note, it's a varied selection of tunes that are pretty much appropriate for this time of year. J.S. Bach is one of the most famous classical composers of all times. He was a church musician. He was a wonderful organist, and it seemed that just about every Sunday when he was stationed in Leipzig, which is a town in North Germany, he would look at the gospel and he would write what we call a cantata. He would set the gospel to words. And so our first selection comes from one of those cantatas by J.S. Bach. Another composer who's also an organist and did a lot of work for the church is Marty Haugen. You probably know him because you've sung various settings of his Mass over the years. He's really a poster person for ecumenism because he started off in the Lutheran tradition, migrated to the Church of Christ, but has become known as one of the most famous of all of the Roman Catholic arrangers and composers for hymns and Mass settings. Our next selection is by Marty Haugen. And beyond that, we are so fortunate to have an expert musical arranger in our group, and that's our tubist, Mike Panza. So we'll carry on with music by Marty Haugen. As a brass quintet, we exemplify a genre of music, chamber music. Chamber music is unique. There's no conductor. Each person has their own part, and we work together like a democracy. I'm going to introduce the members of our chamber ensemble at this time. Our trumpet, Paul Dirksen. Our trumpet, Matthew McDonald. Our tubist, Mike Panza. Yours truly, my name is Ed Coker. And the instrument, thank you, that we think is in many ways, the most attractive of all. And you'll see why when we introduce our hornist, Carrie
Our next piece is another Mike Panza arrangement of an Austrian carol called Still, Still, Still. The lyrics of this one are actually a lullaby of the Virgin Mary rocking baby Jesus to sleep. So I think this is appropriate that this one's a little bit of a French horn feature, because I think the horn is one of the more beautiful instruments in the whole orchestra. I'm a little biased, but I think they'd agree with me, actually. So without further ado, Still, Still, Still.
Carrie McCormick horn. We're going to change the pace of this one a little bit, play one of our most technically advanced features, and in order to introduce that, meet Matthew McCormick.
All right, as you can see from the title of the next piece, it features remnants of a precursor to the trumpet called the bugle, which many of you have probably heard from military functions, and if you've ever heard reveille in your life, then yes, you've heard a bugle. And this is Leroy Anderson's festive take on those bugle calls that you're all used to hearing. Leroy Anderson, you may recognize the name because of a song called Sleigh Ride that you may have heard once or twice around this season, which he wrote. So enjoy Bugler's Holiday by Leroy Anderson.
think I need that. I have a big voice. Firstly, hi, I'm Mike, play the tuba, the lowest, biggest instrument in the group, and the lowest. Some people say, well, how low does it go? Well, it kind of sounds like this. The next piece we're going to play, Carol the Bells, a very famous piece, and it was done by a group called Pentatonics. And by the nature of its name, they have 5 members. There's 4 gentlemen and 1 lady. And it's a great piece. It was done for the brass quintet by Reese Blaskowski, and we hope that you enjoy Carol of the Bells.
Thank you. We hope you're enjoying our program this afternoon. The next piece that we're going to play for you is another arrangement by Michael Panza. It's called A Child is Born, and it's a tune that was composed by Thad Jones. Thad Jones was a trumpet player in the Count Basie Orchestra back in the 1950s and 1960s. And then he branched off and formed his own group with Mel Lewis, the Thad Jones Mel Lewis Quartet. And late in the 1960s, he composed this piece without lyrics, and then Eric Wilder in 1970 added the lyrics to us. It's become a seasonal favorite. We hope you enjoy this work. I'm going to be playing a little different instrument. This is sort of a cross between a trumpet and the French horn, so it's going to have a little different sound. A Child is Born. Thank you.
Music by another famous composer, this one from the Romantic era, Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky. This is the time of season when we really enjoy the Nutcracker Ballet. We play the march for the Nutcracker Ballet. We play the Waltz of the Flowers from the Nutcracker Ballet. We play the Trepak from the Nutcracker Ballet. One more I forgot. Which one? Oh, how could I forget? The Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. So please enjoy these 4 selections from the Nutcracker Suite by Tchaikovsky.
Thank you.
Well, the music from the Nutcracker is beloved over, years and years because it accompanies a tradition, a show, and so many of our favorite holiday songs are connected to a TV special or a holiday movie. And this next one is no different. Came out in 2003. Elf is arguably a modern classic. So next up, theme from Elf.
Thank you so much. And since Paul and Matthew got to stand up, I'm going to get to stand up and take a bow in just a minute. Carrie certainly did. We should have Mike Panza stand up and take a bow for these wonderful, sensitive, and really captivating arrangements that he's done for us. So Mike, please. It's a challenge to take music that's written for an orchestra or a chorus or some sort of large ensemble and whittle it down to just 5 players. And Mike really has a gift for that, and we're so happy. It seems that every rehearsal he brings a couple new arrangements, and keep doing it, Mike. Okay, keep on. Okay. We have a little medley. We're going to ask you to hold your applause. We're going to do 3 tunes: Frosty the Snowman. We're going to have a special red trombone version of Santa Baby, and what's the other one? And Winter Wonderland. Frosty, Santa Baby, and Winter Wonderland. We'll do it as a little trio of pieces, so you can just hold the thunderous applause till the last one. I mentioned early on that we are a quintet. We're chamber music. We have no conductor. Each person has their own part. And we're a democracy. And they took a vote, and they voted 4-1 for this next selection. It's called Santa Baby. Actually, there was 5 votes because my wife chimed in and voted as the 5th one, so 5-1. I'm going to play, if you remember the film about maybe 15 years ago called The Red Violin. It traced the really fascinating history of this wonderful Italian instrument that was passed on through various owners over the centuries. Well, we're not going to do the red violin, but we're going to do the red trombone, and I'm going to bring out, thanks to the group and my wife, my Christmas trombone, featured on this kind of swinging, bluesy kind of tune called Santa Baby. So my plastic Christmas trombone, here it is. Thanks. I guess I start. 2, 1, 2. Bill, come on up now. Take your medicine. This is our second decade of brass from the Bluff doing music, Christmas brass. Christine Jordanoff, a parishioner here, professor emeritus at Duquesne University, Mary Papert School of Music, had the vision and the foresight to say, let's do some chamber music. We have a wonderful parish here. Let's bring some chamber music. Let's our students, our faculty. And to that end, we've been doing this our second decade. I know Christine's here. I saw Christine, thank you. Thank you. One of the most pleasant experiences and joys that unexpected. When I talked to Christine last summer, said, well, we want to do some things here. And she said, well, we have an interim music director. You'll have to chat with him. So I talked to Bill Brinzer, and because he's interim and this is not his chosen profession, he sure fooled me because we did some music yesterday at the vigil. He did a wonderful job, and he's helping us out today. We put him on the spot because he's going to help lead the sing-along. Can you do that, Bill? All right. So, do you need this? Oh, sorry. On my head, Bill gets to play the organ first. We're going to do Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring. It's alternating between Bill and the brass, and then we finish together, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
You guys start.
We'll start. Okay. Everything I said about Bill and Christine is true, but I forgot to mention our thanks to Father Michael for being such a wonderful host and having us. So thank you, Father Michael.
Snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go. Checking it twice, gotta find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Silent wish you a Merry Christmas. Sure thing. You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. On behalf of the Mary Queen of Peace Parish, now St. Mary of the Mount Church, thank you to Brass from the Bluff. You got to make sure you don't get those backwards, bluff from the brass, right? And a special thank you to Bill Brinzer, who is our interim music minister. We are in the search for a permanent full-time music minister here at Mary Queen of Peace Parish. And I just want to also, this is a free concert. We do take up a free will offering. There are baskets at the entrances or exits as you leave. We always take that up for one of the charities we support as a parish. And one of the charities we support on a global level, we have a couple global missions we support. And one of them is a mission in Haiti. It's called Partners in Progress. And if you know anything about Haiti, they've had continuous political and social unrest, but also over the last couple of years, they've been continuously hammered by natural disasters, including the earthquake that just happened there in August. So anything that you do feel moved to offer will go to Partners in Progress, which supports education, sustainable farming, as well as sustainable economics in small communities. So thank you very much. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you.